It looks like Elon is expressing his disapproval once again of the big, beautiful bill. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions, and it seems like a lot of the issues or concerns that Elon had just a few weeks ago that kind of, I don't want to say went away, but as the main focus became the Middle East and the attacks between Iran and Israel, everything kind of simmered or went into the back burner when it came down to our tariffs, the trade war, and also the beef between Elon and Trump, right? It all kind of got thrown under the rug. It wasn't our top priority because Iran and Israel were attacking one another. Now that it seems to be an actual ceasefire that's being respected, our tariff concern and our trade war concern is coming back into effect. But also, we just received an update because of the progress that the big, beautiful bill has made. So for those that do not know, Elon once again is saying, President Trump, one big, beautiful bill will destroy millions of jobs and harm the U.S. And what I wanted to do was not just share an opinion, but wanted to share kind of, I would say, some of the details of this big, beautiful bill. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. For those that do not know, the one big, beautiful bill is a major U.S. law. Passed by the House in May of 2025. Now, under the Senate review, it extends 2017 tax cuts to boost the child tax credit to $2,500 and removes taxes on tips and overtime until 2028. I don't really think many people would disagree with the removal of tax on tips and overwages. That was something I believe that Trump was running on when it came down to his campaign. And although I personally would not benefit from tips or overtime, I know that it would be a huge incentive for the working class and for a lot of Americans. So I can see why he ran it as a policy. It seems like a lot of Americans could benefit from it, and incentivizing Americans to work more and work harder and not have to receive higher taxes when it comes down to that overtime. So I found that to be pretty interesting. It also funds energy, border security, and infrastructure while cutting health programs. Now, this is where I don't want to say it gets controversial, but I think it really just it really comes down to where you stand, like if that's a big benefit for you or not. So supporters say that it will help the economy by increasing family income up to $13,300, boosting spending. So supporting small businesses with tax breaks, potentially creating 7 million jobs, and then lowering corporate taxes by encouraging investments, possibly raising GDP by 1.1%. So lowering corporate taxes is obviously not something that everyone wants to support. But again, when you think about if you do lower corporate, all these different businesses and corporate businesses taxes, then that means that hopefully they can continue to reinvest that money into the business, into the economy, and also creating more jobs, therefore benefiting everyone instead of it just going directly to the government, right, by raising taxes. So critics warn that it may add $2.8 trillion to debt and risking economic stability. Now, this is the biggest, in my opinion, from what I've understood, the concern from Elon Musk. Obviously, Elon invested 130 days into the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. And I think he got rid of about $100 to $150 billion worth of waste, of mismanaged funds. And this was a lot of time that he spent doing this. Now, I think it was kind of like a slap in the face for Elon when he spent all this time in trying to chip away from our deficit that is now at $37 trillion. And now Trump wants to pass a bill that will add $2.8 trillion to our debt, risking economic stability. Now, this is, in my opinion, one of the things that I like the least about this big, beautiful bill. If you've watched my channel before, I would say that that has always been my biggest concern of, are we headed in the right direction? I think when it comes down to, each presidential candidate that runs, obviously there's incentives for small groups of people depending on who runs and who wins. But at the end of the day, the question that I really like to ask myself is, are we headed in the right direction overall? Because, when I think about the next 4 years or even the last 4 years, right? We now have a Republican, and before we had a Democrat. the end of the day, they're not going to determine my success as an entrepreneur, as a trader, or even as an investor. I still have to make sure that I do my part in showing up, right? So at the end of the day, a presidential candidate should not determine your overall quality of life. But when you really take into consideration in the direction that the overall economy and the US is going, adding more to our deficit, in my opinion, is just heading in the wrong direction. I really thought with the policies that Trump was running with that we would begin to chip away and we would begin to implement some healthy habits to get us out of this huge debt that as of right now, we're paying over $1 trillion in interest payments alone. So adding 2.8 trillion is definitely not something right off the bat that I'm a huge fan of. But again, it's something that this bill implements based off of what it's adding when it comes down to, our defense and also our border security. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of it, right? So cut Medicaid and ACA, potentially causing 51,000 deaths yearly. So to be able to cut Medicaid, again, that's for a very specific group of people that obviously benefit from Medicaid or these government subsidized health programs, right? I can see why they're not a fan of this. Do I think that this would directly benefit me or negatively impact me? No, not at all, right? That's not the position that I'm in life. So therefore, this wouldn't really influence me. But I can see how, if I was older and depended on Medicaid, why I wouldn't be a huge fan of this bill solely because of that. So again, I like to try to put myself in other people's shoes when it comes down to asking that question of who is this benefiting and who does this hurt the most, right? And then it favors the wealthy, worsening inequality. This bill is divisive with 64% public disapproval. Its economic impact is uncertain due to all the trade-offs. Now, one thing that this really doesn't get into is supposedly this big, beautiful bill is like 1,000 pages. So this quick little summary from ChatGPT or Grok is not going to do it for you guys. But the thing that Elon Musk does a very great job breaking down is why he believes this will ruin our economy. In the latest Senate draft bill, will destroy millions of jobs in America and cause immense strategic harm to our country. Utterly insane and destructive. It gives handouts to industries of the past while severely damaging industries of the future. So again, this is his take on it. Obviously, there's so many people that are fans of Elon, that are not fans of Elon. But I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of what will most likely be in the forefront of news for the next week. We've talked about the trade war, the deadline on July 8th, and the possible extension that will have to be made on July 9th if not enough countries come to the table. Supposedly, a deal has now been signed with China, and we've canceled any deal with Canada because of how supposedly, according to Trump, difficult they are to negotiate with. Nonetheless, I also wanted to make sure that you're aware that the big, beautiful bill is something that the market is waiting to react if it's going to get passed or not, because that will determine if taxes go up or down. That's the main focus, I would say, for the economy or for the stock market. And the reason I say that is because if this bill doesn't pass, I would actually expect the market to drop. And the reason why is the domino effect. Remember, this big, beautiful bill is supposed to incentivize corporate businesses, therefore possibly lower their taxes so they can reinvest more money into our economy. And if this bill doesn't pass, then that means that taxes can possibly go up for these businesses. And if taxes go up, that means possibly less growth for these companies. And when there's less growth, the markets will naturally react in a negative way. So again, I just wanted you to understand why that these two factors and pretty much, I would say, two focuses for the week are probably what's going to influence the market the most. And I just wanted to make sure that I did my part in keeping you guys up to date. Other than that, as more updates continue to come out, I'll do my part in making you aware. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. And do not forget, if you want to watch me trade live, that's going to be starting tomorrow, right at market open. And it's the second link in the description down below. I appreciate you guys' time. Hope that we're in a thumbs up. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.